Comedy Kitchen with Chef Sel was recorded in front of a fake audience.
Meatloaf, double beetloaf. I hate meatloaf.
Hey guys, Chef Sel right here. Lefty style, southpaw, boom. Is that kid like 90 now? And what's with the thing with the mashed potato? Who does that with the mashed potatoes? I just like didn't eat them. Right? Didn't make a freaking professional sculpture out of it. Calm down. You're on the air. We're on the air, right? Yeah. Calm down. Calm down. Welcome to Comedy Kitchen with Chef Sel. Gonna be a lot of fun. I will show you how to make a gluten-free meatloaf. Now, gluten-free, you say? What is gluten-y in a meatloaf? The breadcrumbs. Got to be careful of those breadcrumbs, I'm telling you. So I have a really nice version of gluten-free breadcrumbs. I'm going to give you the link to buy them if you can't find them in your store. It's the good stuff. It's not like gross gluten-free, right? You get the gross stuff. You don't want, no. Plus, I have an amazing side for you as a bonus that's both gluten-free and low carb. So you get like a low carb gluten-free thing. Now you can see how great I am. So we're gonna get right into it, and you're gonna really like this one. And just remember, please subscribe right here. Boom, subscribe, like, ask a question. Tell me how great looking I am today. Profile? No. Anyway, come on, let's get going. Boom. First thing I did was turn the camera on. All right. Second thing I did. 1 yellow onion, white onion's fine. I just chopped it up. See, I chopped it. And I minced 2 pretty large cloves of garlic. Perfect, all right? That's for 2 separate things that we're gonna do. And for our low carb mashed potatoes, we're doing 2 ingredients in that, which this one you're probably seeing, right? Right, the whole cauliflower thing. I had some leftover eggplant, little one, right? So I'm gonna mush them both together in a Cuisinart. I'm gonna chop them first. I'm gonna roast them to give them some flavor. I'm not just gonna boil them or steam them or put them in the microwave like lots of recipes tell you to do. I want you people to have flavor, you know? And a little class. Would it kill you? All right. Let me get into this one. See, it was an old, kind of an old eggplant, maybe a couple days old. So I cut off a thing that didn't look good, but it probably was okay. But if you have guests over and you tell them the story and you show them the video, they're like, "What's that? Oh, what's that? It's a freaking eggplant." Right. Any way you want to cut it up is fine, because we're gonna smash this like smashed potatoes after we roast it. See, 1/2 to 1 inch cubes, pieces, whatever you want to call it. I kept the skin on, just like I would do with potatoes. Give you a little fiber. Would it kill you? You're not going to get it from all those lollipops you've been eating. I'm watching you guys. That's all chopped up. Now I'm going to take the cauliflower. This is a big one. Wow. I can probably only use 1/2 of this, but let's see. I don't need the whole thing. And again, just cut it off any which way. Stop complaining. Right. I can hear you guys complain. "Oh, Chef Sel, what are you doing? Don't do it that way. Do it the way this guy does it. That loud guy. What's that English guy? Who's that English guy? Yells at everybody. Oh, you suck. Your restaurant sucks. But I'll fix it in 6 hours." What's that about? That's why they'll never let me on the Food Network. I'm not cut out for that. The fake smiles and mozzarella. Who says that? You know who I'm talking about. I don't like to use names because people get nasty in the comments. Oh yeah, like you'll like her. It's like, no, I'm not like her. She has very nice eyes. And again. And again. Chop, 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 chop. You really should stay till the end of this to watch how these mashed potatoes are made. Because, well, they're not mashed potatoes, but you know what I mean. Low carb mashed potatoes. Now you're going to get a roasting pan. After you put these in this bowl, I'm going to show you. Salt and pepper them. Give them a little taste. All right, let me get the bowl. All chopped up, all bowled up. Got some avocado oil. You can use olive oil, veg oil, whatever oil you like is good. It's about a quarter to almost a half a cup around the ridge. I'll show you why. Salt, 2 tablespoons to start. You're also going to salt up these things as you mash them, so careful with that. And give them a little flip. If you're not used to doing this, you get a spatula. It's okay. I'll let you slide. And crush a little pepper in its scales. This is good like this, you know, when you after you roast it. I mean, it's good as a side dish, but I'm going to be adding things after I mash it up to give it a good mashed potato look and feel. And it looks and feels so much like the real thing. It probably will taste like it. You know, you're going to see. I'm going to pan this, pour this on. I have my oven on 375. I'll push it down a little bit. Doesn't have to be pretty. Give it some surface area. So these are going to take probably around 35 minutes. The meatloaf itself is going to take about an hour and 15. So you put the meatloaf in with these if you want, or put these, you know, halfway through the meatloaf. It's really math, you know. And there you go. I'm going to get these in roasting now. This is what I have done with some garlic. 3 cloves, I told you, minced, right? Half a stick of butter. I put it in a small pan, and I browned it. I browned the garlic. Didn't go too far. You don't want to black the garlic or you're in trouble. See? And that's going to go into my mashed. You want to get the lowest fat content you can get, that you could stand, actually, because you don't want a soupy. You know how meatloafs get, right? And I'll show you that later too, and I'll show you how to drain it, so stick around. There's lots of little tips. Okay, so I have a pound of beef, pound of ground pork. I'm washing my hands because Sarah from South Dakota is going to write in. Chef Sal, you didn't wash your hands when you handled the pork. Oh, like you never pet a pig up there in South Dakota? Come on. All right. Breaking them up first to get some surface area for the mix. We're going to get our hands in there, we have to, but right now let me just do it this way. You can use keto breadcrumbs too if you want, but remember, keep it low on the volume because you don't want to move up that carb count. But we're going to keep gluten-free and low carb in the way we do this. 1 large egg per pound of beef when you do this, or meatballs too. My mother taught me that. Annihilate these eggs. Here's my breadcrumbs. It's going to soak up any excess moisture in there. I'm going to go, it's probably about a tablespoon, maybe a tablespoon and a half, not a lot. You don't want bread loaf. Make a loaf of bread if that's what you want. Salt, generosity on the salt. Pepper, salt's going to be a tablespoon and a half. Pepper, you're just going to have to eyeball it. 1/4 teaspoon if you can't make a decision on your own. We have the sugar-free ketchup. I'm giving this 2 tablespoons. Dijon mustard. Easy on that mustard. A little goes a long way. Told you a million times, but nobody listens. That's fine. Worcestershire. Chef Sal's secret ingredient. Tablespoon. Tabasco. Not for heat. Brings out the flavors. Got a little vinegar in there, which acts as salt, which acts as a flavor taker-outer of stuff. Flavor bringer-outer of stuff. You know what I mean. And I chopped up a half a pound off camera of portobello's mushrooms. Moisture, baby. Moisture. And you hardly even see them when it's done if you're one of those people. And remember I told you about this yellow onion I chopped up. A lot of stuff in here. That's pretty much it. So we're going to mix this around, mix it about. And I just had a beep, which means that I have to turn my veggies. I'll show you what they look like halfway through. There we go. Pretty nice. I'm loving it. As to not make a mess, the best way to do this, grab some tongs and just give it the twist. The tong twist. Many of you older people might remember the tongue twist was the third Chubby Checkers song. And this is going to go in another 20 minutes, total 40, maybe 35. You want a nice brown on here, see? See what we got on the other side? See the brown? All right, back in. Going back in, Steels. Take off your rings. Take off your rings. Sorry, dear. Marriage is intact, don't worry. And just, you can't be shy about it. What can I say? Pretend you're a kid playing with mud pies. And at the end here, I like to kind of give it kind of the same shape as the 5x8x3 pan that it's going in. Regular loaf pan. See? Almost the same. So it's easier to get into there. To get into there. You know what I mean. You guys know me by now. And remember, if you don't know me, get to know me. Subscribe, share, like. Move me up in the search, you know. You shall have a laugh here and there. Learn how to make the stuff the right way. And they'll tell you why you're doing certain stuff, you know. God forbid we learn something here on the internet. Let's do it. I'm going to do a flip off camera. So if I drop it, you won't see it. Not bad at all. Optional. A little bit of ketchup over the top. And then we'll spread it out. Totally optional, don't worry. Try not to puddle it anywhere. I likey. You likey? I likey. And I've already prepared a rimmed cookie sheet with foil. Baking sheet, whatever you want to call it. And a cookie cooling rack on top so you get air underneath. See? See what I'm doing here? Some air underneath. Get that thing on there. My veggies are in at 375. What a coincidence. So this is going in. 375, hour 15. Hour 15. Check it. You want a 175, 180 if you have a thermometer. And when the veggies come out, Cuisinart time. All right, it's been about 30, 35 minutes on my veggies. My meatloaf's in there. Saying goodbye, veggies. It was nice talking to you. It's nice and toasty looking now. So I'm not really going to cool it down. I want it to be hot because I have hot things going in that I want to stay hot. You know, like butter. I don't want it to solidify in there. And ultimately you want to time this so you have the meatloaf pretty much resting already on the counter or wherever. And then you make this sort of mashed potato conglomeration so everything turns out hot. But we have a cooking show here, so we do things a little differently than you mortals. Got a glove on, and I'm just going to carefully lead these in here. Now let's get that garlicky butter in there. It's going to be like 1/4 of a cup, along with these 3 cloves I told you about. Sour cream. Remember, we want to emulate the mashed potato experience. So this is how we do it. 1/2 cup. I already salted those veggies, so maybe a teaspoon more. I'm going to move it over here just so I can have room to pour my 1/2 and 1/2 in. See? 1/2 and 1/2. It's going to kind of help it move around in there, but not a lot. Just add a little at a time. Keep your eye on it. And pulse it if you must. That's the name of my 12th book, by the way. Pulse first. Pour. Oh, look at that. Just show you. Folks, we have done it. You could serve it with sour cream too, so you have a little on the top. I don't care. I'll just mix it in, man. Make a little dish up. Meantime, remember, subscribe, hit that bell, tell your friends, visit us on Facebook, Comedy Kitchen with Chef Sal. Man, this tastes good. Taste for salt. So I prettied up with a little parsley our mashup, our very low carb mashup of roasted cauliflower along with roasted eggplant in the Cuisinart, salt, pepper, garlic, melted butter, sour cream, little bit of half and half to get it going around and round. Waiting for that final star of the show, the meatloaf. Everything is low carb. We'll call it low carb. Certainly gluten-free. We know what these are for. Hand puppets. So anyway, how's the here we go. It's been an hour and 15, actually a little bit less than an hour and 15. I'm going to turn everything off because I'll forget and then I'll get in trouble. It looks beautiful, beautiful. Now you see the puddle I talked about earlier? We're going to show you how to get rid of that, but first we want it to cool down. Gluten-free meatloaf. And remember that low carb, gluten-free side that we made. I mean, things are going on here, all right? Things are happening quickly. Okay, let that cool, and let's drain it. I'm going to show you how to drain it, what I'm going to use. You probably don't have one of these. This is a splatter guard. I'm going to put that over it when it cools, and I'm going to pour it into the sink or in a container, whatever, however you get rid of your fat. I say get rid of your fat. Anyway, and let it cool a little bit more. And we're just going to do this, so hang out. I like the end piece. Oh, look at the inside of that baby. Woo, man. I want to make sure I get this out in one piece. And now my miraculous side. I kept it warm. Oh, look at this. God, I should have a cooking show. That's our dish. Some delicious parsley. Okay, let's taste this. Oh, man. All right, so a little bit of this, a little bit of that. Excuse me while I pile it on. We go. Oh, I must say, you know, it's different from potatoes, right? Because it's actual vegetables in there. And it just has a different, like, it just doesn't taste like a gluey potato. I'm in the mood for the gluey potato. I'm going to have gluey potato, but right now I am in this, and I'm in it big. Remember to subscribe and hit the bell. Many more recipes to learn here on Comedy Kitchen with Chef Sel, and Comedy Kitchen with Chef Sel on Facebook too. Tell your friends, hit the bell, write in the comments that you tried it. Tell me what you liked. I'm Chef Sel, and I'll see you next time.